So I think growing up, we all had a vision of our lives and what we wanted them to become and where we wanted to be and all that kind of good stuff. The ideal house, the dream car, the dream career, the dream anything, honestly. Uh, and I think when we're our youngest, like, and I'm talking like enough to be realistic, but enough, still young enough to like dream big, like maybe like 10, 12, 11, 13, 14, like somewhere in that range. I think once you get into like the end of high school or somewhere in high school, maybe you start to like tone back a little bit what you think. I've been thinking about it recently, and I think that we kind of need to go back to that thought process of always having that in our mind of in between realistic and unrealistic. 'Cause I think that's why as kids we always had that like excitement in our lives, even if you weren't per se chasing your dream. You're just a kid and you had fun, and you still had that in your mind of what you wanted to do, but you still could enjoy life because in your mind you thought that it was just going to happen. And I think it's like so real. Like if you believe it and truly convince yourself, like not in like a psychopathic way, maybe a little bit. Maybe you're out to be. That's what they say. The people that are successful are crazy, just because they believe it so much. I think that's so true. There's so many times in my life where I didn't think something was going to work, and I just believed in all my heart, and I just tried, and I tried, and then guess what? Most of the times it ends up happening, believe it or not. Um, and I'm a realist as well. Like obviously, I'm not gonna think something out of this world and believe it, and it's gonna happen. But there's stuff that I can't explain it. That if you just believe it in your heart, um, it will happen. Uh, and that's kind of the message I wanted to bring today. Is like don't like let that hope, that like childlike just dream die. Honestly, I think that's why I think people get so miserable. And I like getting older now. Not even that I'm like that old by any means. Uh, I you see it so much of just people that have just given up, and it's sad because I see it now. Like I'm 26 years old, and I see a kids my age, they just are done. Like they're just tapped out, and it's sad. It's more and more like it's more than I'd like to admit the number that you see. Uh, it's honestly crazy, but it's the world we live in too. It's just so different than what I think it's crazy because like my age group, like growing up, and I think you guys can relate to this. It's like it was such like a drastic shift in culture just because of, like technology and stuff. I think we lived in a interesting generation where the technology like advanced so fast, so quick in the form of like technology, social media, that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying social media and that's a bad thing. I think it just makes people you just see so much, and I think it kind of kills your ambition just because you see this just unrealistic things that people get. And not to say they're unrealistic, but more in the sense of like uh, everyone's not going to have those things, and which is fine. I think most people just want to live their lives, like work. I think most people want to work. I think working is just part of the human experience. Like you get enjoyment out of work, you get enjoyment out of making money and doing that. And people say money isn't everything, but I think it like a from like a human perspective, uh, like people enjoy to work. People enjoy to make money to provide for their families, that kind of stuff. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Like I don't like the saying that money's not important because it is. Like let's be real, it's pretty important. Not from the sense of like, and I think that's where the people they say money's not important. Like maybe this is where they're coming from. Um, I think from a sense of it's not like you shouldn't live your life solely just for the sole purpose of just to make as much. That's no. In my eyes, money is important because money will allow you to first and foremost provide for yourself. And if you can't give yourself what you need first, you're not gonna be able to help anyone. But secondly, it's going to give you the opportunity to help others. I think we can get a lot of enjoyment, a lot of fulfillment with that in our lives by helping other people. Um, but uh, so if you're doing something just for money, and like there's nothing wrong with that. Just make sure your head's in the right place. Um, and I think growing up, like a lot of the things we dream of doing or really don't involve money, like the stuff we want to do for our lives, but you're still going to get money from those things. Like that's still a part of the equation. Got a little bit of cold brew going today. I don't know if anyone likes cold brew, but where I went to the store earlier, so got some Dunkin' cold brew. Haven't had Dunkin' Donuts in a minute, so it's pretty good. But anyways, I don't like that picture. Kind of back to the point at hand here is, oh, excuse me, I just burped. But don't let your dreams of what, and also kind of add to the point of like when you were a kid, I think we had so many hobbies that, and I've talked about this in videos before, so many like hobbies we enjoyed as children, or not even as children, maybe even like recently, and you just quit doing it just because you wanted to fit in with, like, don't do that. Like, always enjoy what you enjoy, and I think good things will come. But like being fake and being trying just to fit in will never get you anywhere. But I don't know. That's my thoughts for the day. I'm gonna keep elaborating on it a little bit, but if you made it this far and you kind of want the quick Cliff Notes version of the video, like, remember how you felt when you were younger and all the stuff you liked and all the stuff, what you wanted to do and what you wanted to be, and that feeling. I think it's that feeling you'd get when you think about it. Like, try to bring that, resurrect that back to your life if you're struggling with like these type of things, as well. Not that I like struggle with it, but like I think you definitely can find yourself slipping sometimes in that, pool of self-doubt or self-worry. And it's like, just remember why you wanted to do it when you were younger in the first place. And I think you can find a lot of like motivation in that, and a lot of peace, if you will, with that, in regards to that. What else here? As far as like the money part goes, and like, you definitely need money. Like, no one will. Money's not going to bring you happiness. I'm telling you that. It's not going to bring you happiness. But it can indirectly do it in a way, in a sense. Just because I think having that security and having that, knowing that you always have yourself to, if something happens, you can use that money to help, but like, and being able to help others, I think that brings you happiness in the money sense. But I don't think that just materialistic things will bring you happiness. Definitely can bring you like, quick joy, which there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with, like, I don't want to say like the quick pleasures like of life, like stuff that's going to come and go, but like you need those things because that's like kind of like a checkpoint thing in your life. Enjoy what you have, enjoy getting stuff, but don't make it the primary focus. I think sustained happiness can come from knowing you can help yourself at any given moment. You can pay the bills, you can buy food, you can help others if they need it. I think that's kind of what what I want to say about money. But yeah, I think, I don't know, this video is kind of all over the place. Not really. I think it's kind of, you get the point if you're listening, but there's just a lot of elements that go into anything, honestly. But who knows, honestly. We live in a crazy world, and I think people get caught up thinking that too, that it's, and I know I mentioned at the beginning that it is like the technology thing really was an X factor, like recently, like how it just evolved so fast. But throughout all time, it's always been crazy. Don't think that now it's just bad. It's always not bad. It's always been like crazy. It's always been what you'll make of it. I think that's a good, I think that's kind of if I had to summarize the video in a sense, it's life is what you make of it. You know, you can pretend it's bad all the time. You can pretend it's good all the time. I think it's really the state of mind that controls what direction your thoughts go into. And definitely there can be real bad times. There can be real good times. But I think a lot of the time, and I've heard this before in a video, most of life is just mundane. Most of life is boring. But I think those times when it's boring and that it can either be good or bad, and it's what your mind, it's what you think your thought process is, and what you make of it, what you want it to be. I think when we were kids, I think we just didn't expose ourselves to so many of the negatives because you didn't have to worry about it. And honestly, as an adult, I think we make ourselves think we have to worry about stupid stuff that you don't even have to worry about. Like, yeah, there's more responsibility in like that sense, but like people and drama and stuff like that, like, holy crap, you really don't have to deal with it. Like, you can live your life the way you want to do it. You don't have to entertain people. You don't have to do all that, the hoo-hoo ha-ha crap, as we like to say in my friend group in real life. But yeah, don't entertain the hoo-hoo ha-ha crap. I think that's a good mindset. And having two, like I found that was one of my big issues. Like, I tried to have stick with so many friends. Like, there's nothing wrong with having like friends that you see and you're friendly with and you hang out with, but like, you can't have 1,000 close friends because that's just going to dilute yourself. That's what I found that trap personally. Try to be close friends with 20 plus people. That just doesn't work. Like, get yourself like 3 to 5 really close people that you're personal with, that like are pretty much family, and then the rest, like, have people you hang out with, you go do stuff with. But you can't, I think trying to be best friends with everyone's just a failing battle at the end of the day. I wouldn't recommend it. I think, yeah, because you're just gonna, but like, have like people you're friends with, like a lot of people that you can just go hang out with, do stuff with, and just that's it. That's all you do. I think that's also really good as well. It's helped me a lot too, and you just don't have to worry about it. Like, definitely if someone random needs your help, like, and you can help them, do it. But like, having that many close people is just not sustainable. But yeah, I don't really know. It's crazy out there. I don't know what else to add to this, like, in upstairs. Like, I like the counter. This is just like a random little counter thing up here. I like the beds. Maybe, I don't know what to put over here. Maybe like a little living room area. You have steps. Don't like that. It's definitely off. Unless that actually kind of looks decent. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. It looks actually it's kind of random, but kind of looks cool. Just fits in with the vibe of it. But I honestly don't know what to title this video. I feel like I just kind of went off on a tangent as well. But let's see. Let's summarize the key points. Pretty much just do what you want to do without taking from others, I guess. And don't let others take from you, and don't try to appeal to the masses, I guess, would be a good thing to do. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I'm gonna end it at that. Join Discord. We got a beautiful Discord. A lot of good people in there. Appreciate everyone in there, all the new people. Join Discord. We have an application where you can join this beautiful Minecraft server we got going here. Beta 1.7.3, if you don't know, if it looks a little bit odd, if you haven't played the older versions. Have an application section, you can get into it. Nothing too extreme, but definitely have to fill it out to get in here. Other than that, appreciate all the recent support, all the new subscribers. Getting a lot of subscribers lately, which is nice, and I really appreciate that. But I'm gonna quit rambling. Yeah, that's it. Thanks.